Okay, so we have Ruby, and we're gonna go over how to put all the tools on a dog with long hair. So we have her flat collar, which is important for rabies and ID tag, her e-collar, prong collar, safety backup, as well as her leash. So the order does not matter of which goes on first, but where it's placed on your dog does matter. So first we're gonna grab the flat collar. It is important to have a flat collar on your dog so that they have identification on. And then next we're gonna grab the e-collar. So the e-collar goes above the flat collar, but don't put it up too high because we need to leave room for the prong collar. So as you see, we were just raking it into her fur. Once we snap it on, we're gonna rake it in again, just to make sure we have that nice, good, snug contact. And then we're gonna put the prong collar on.
Sit. No, sit.
So when you put the prong collar on, this one has a buckle. So the buckle is gonna go over her trachea to protect it. If yours does not have a buckle, it has a flat plate, it again will go in the same spot over the trachea. And then we're gonna put the safety on. So there's two ways you can use the safety. You can either attach it to the O-ring of the prong collar, and then you can attach it to the flat collar. Yep. Sit.
Sit.
And then the leash will attach to the D-ring of the prong collar. This is one way to use the safety. Once the leash is on, we'll go over another way.
Sit.
So the other way is that you can have instead of attaching it to the prong collar's O-ring, you can attach it to the leash itself. So this is the other way, same concept. If the prong collar were to come undone, we are still attached to our dog. Okay, so we're gonna do how to put the gear on your dog if you have a dog with very, very short hair. So we have Ellie here. We have her e-collar, flat collar with her name tag and rabies tag, safety backup, prong collar, and her leash. So we're gonna put her flat collar on first. Then we're gonna put her e-collar on. Once we put the e-collar on, we check for snugness. So we should be able to get our finger in between the contact point and her skin. That tells us that it has good contact and isn't going to move from one end of her neck around to the other should she shake her head. Next up, we're gonna grab her prong collar. So you have to pinch it to unclip it. We are going to make sure that that flat plate is directly over her trachea, just to protect it. There's a good chance that moves around, but if you start with it in the right position, then you are less likely to have problems down the road. We just want to keep the prong as centered as possible. So next we're going to put her backup on. So we're attaching it to the O-ring, and the other end we are attaching to her flat collar. And then last but not least, we attach the leash to the D-ring of the prong collar. And the fit of the prong collar, you should be able to fit your fingers in between. Not a huge gap, but just enough to get in there. And that means that we have a nice, good fit.
Sit. Ellie. Sit. Good.
So we have prong collar centered, e-collar, flat collar. She is good to go for a walk, and the safety back up attached properly.